Most of you aren't subscribed. Make sure to bounce that subscribe button, as it helps out the channel. Without further ado, with Veldora free, with a human body, he reveals that he analyzed Rimuru's memories, thanking Rimuru for finally giving his BFF freedom. Additionally, Rimuru has gained 4 new ultimate skills. One is the evolution of Great Sage and one is Veldora. Finally tasting the smell of fresh air, Veldora is instructed to conceal his aura, as he may scare off nearby creatures. With Rimuru bringing Veldora back to the town, several of Rimuru's citizens alert Rimuru to the disappearance of Veldora's aura. Introducing the shy Veldora to his citizens, everyone is unable to believe the human is Veldora. With Trainee appearing before Veldora, she bows down to him, prompting everyone to follow, learning that Veldora has indeed been resurrected. Flaunting his new body, Veldora and the citizens celebrate Veldora's return, whilst Benimaru and Rimuru are forced to eat Shien's toxic food. Realizing that she had gained the MasterChef skill, Shien is now able to make edible food, even though the food looks horrid. The next morning, Rimuru holds a meeting, introducing Diablo to everyone and promoting Gabiru to a captain. Then Rimuru sets their next missions, aiming to rescue the Demon Lord Clayman and pay Demon Lord Clayman back for all the damage they've caused. Just then Fuse, the representative for Blumund, interrupts, having brought an army to assist Rimuru with Falmouth's invasion. Having killed all of Falmouth's men himself, Rimuru regrets to inform Fuse. Surprised, Rimuru realizes he has to catch Fuse up on what had happened. Alerted, Rimuru learns of the Dwarven King also visiting, in person, wanting to speak to Rimuru. To top it off, a mysterious hooded figure, revealed to be an elven representative, also visits. It's revealed elsewhere the former Demon Lord Kazarium and Yuki are seen colluding with one of Demon Lord Clayman's the clown underling. During the conversation, the clown brings up Walpurgis, the gathering of all demon lords. Back with Rimuru, we see everyone attend the meeting. Rimuru then introduces everyone: Diablo, Trainee, the Dwarven King, the Elven representative, the 3 Beast Kingdom representatives, the representatives from Blumund, Fuse, and the newly assigned representative for Falmouth, Yume. Looking for Veldora, he arrives late, but fashionably dressed. With the Dwarven King demanding who this mystery man is, Rimuru introduces Veldora to everyone, placing them all in a state of shock. With both the Elven representative and the Dwarven King asking to speak to Rimuru privately, the two learn of Rimuru's entire past and his reason for knowing Veldora. Having heard such a story, the two officially decide to side with Rimuru, not wanting such a powerful person against their countries. Back with everyone, Rimuru reveals that he had fought Hinata, and since she's part of the Holy Church, they begin to wonder what the church has against Rimuru. Additionally, Rimuru deduces that Yuki is the only person that could have told Hinata about Shizu's death, hence Rimuru needs to keep an eye on him. Diablo then offers to fight Hinata, but Shien steps in demanding that she'll fight Hinata. Before Veldora can join in, Rimuru stops everyone, only to be interrupted by Ramirez flying in. With Diablo attempting to get rid of the nuisances, that is Ramirez, Rimuru informs Ramirez of Veldora's revival, who frightens her to sleep. Back at the meeting, Rimuru decides to hide his Demon Lord status from neighboring countries. Along the way their men encounter the sealed Veldora, giving the creature enough souls for Veldora to reawaken, killing the 20,000 Falmouth soldiers. With everyone satisfied with the story, Rimuru decides to force the Kingdom of Falmouth to pay for harming their infrastructure, and have Yume officially take over as king. With the Dwarven King testing Yume's resolve, the Dwarven King listens to Yume's morals, satisfied with Yume becoming a king. Before the gathering comes to an end, the Elven representative questions Rimuru's reason for building relations, but agrees to pledge himself, upon hearing Rimuru is attempting to unite all creatures as equals. We cut to Clayman, scheming to gain more power, aiming to slay Rimuru and his monster country. Back with Rimuru we see several guests leave the meeting, but before Rimuru himself leaves for the bathhouse, Ramirez informs Rimuru of the Walpurgis meeting. Ramirez speculates that Clayman has influence over several demon lords, needing 3 demon lords to all agree to start the Walpurgis, these being Milam, Frey and himself. Additionally, Clayman probably intends to take over the Jura forest, pinning Carrion's disappearance and Mayulan's death on Rimuru.
Rimuru reassures Ramirez that he has a plan, revealing that Mayulan is in fact not dead, and Clayman is the bad guy. That night, everyone enjoys Rimuru's bathhouse, along with its delectable food, before continuing to speculate Clayman's plans. Sue reports that Clayman has 5 leaders: the middle finger, Yamza; the index finger, Adelman; the thumb, Ninehead; the pinky finger, Perone; and the ring finger, formerly Mayulan. Intending to teleport to the Beast People and catch Clayman's forces off guard, Rimuru ends the meeting to make preparations. Thinking more about how to wage war on Clayman's forces, while he's occupied with Walpurgis, Rimuru learns that he'll only be able to be accompanied by 2 other people. With several of Rimuru's friends arguing for these positions, Rimuru ultimately settles on Shion and Ranga, whilst Ramirez settles on Beretta, a golem guarding Ramirez's labyrinth and trainee. Additionally, Rimuru remembers Leon Cromwell, the man who summoned and tortured Shizu. All through the night, Rimuru, along with the Beast representatives, teleport the Beast citizens to Rimuru's town, taking refuge. Having stealthily secured everyone's safety, Rimuru officially announces war upon Clayman's forces, sectioning off his troops into different quadrants. The Beast People army, led by the 3 representatives, the Goblin Riders, led by Gobta; the Ogres, led by Benimaru; the Hobgoblins, filled with ranged attackers; the Orcs, led by Geld; the Dragonutes, led by Gabiru; and protecting Tempest, is Shion's army. With preparations all set, Rimuru teleports each army to their designated location. With the Dwarven King and the Elven representative returning to their kingdoms, Yume and Diablo set out to Falmouth to conquer their kingdom. Back with Clayman, we see him question why the Beast citizens have disappeared, underestimating Rimuru's abilities. Flashing back, we see Milam being good friends with Demon Lord Frey, but she had betrayed Milam, giving Milam to Clayman's mind control. Elsewhere, Leon Cromwell visits an icy kingdom, greeting a fellow Demon Lord. With the red-headed man attempting to seduce Cromwell, the 2 end up sitting chat. Next, the 2 bring up the newly awakened Demon Lord. Interrupted, the 2 are greeted by one of 4 dragons, White Ice Dragon Velzard, Empress of Ice, and siblings with Veldora. Butting into their conversation, the 3 discuss Veldora's return, but question why he's hiding, unable to fully sense Veldora's aura. They speculate that the new Demon Lord, Rimuru, may have something to do with the resurrected Veldora. Ending the conversation there, Leon leaves, as the redhead begins to get excited about the upcoming Walpurgis. Back with Rimuru, he's happy to see that Benimaru and all the other armies have made it to Clayman's domain safely and undetected. Knowing they'll have to storm Clayman's castle, Shuna offers to join them, to help heal any wounded. With night falling, Benimaru and the gang wait for Clayman's forces to pass through an isolated mountain area. Having fallen for Benimaru's trap, the gang begin to attack Clayman's forces. In the meantime, Phobio notices some fleeing enemies, chasing after Clayman's clowns, attacking them with the help of Geld. Additionally, we see Yamza realize that Clayman's army is doomed to fall, selfishly fleeing to prioritize his safety. Having anticipated this, Albus along with Gobta cut off his escape, vowing to end his life here. With Albus transforming to her beast form, she's able to overwhelm Yamza, forcing him to submit to her. But under Clayman's watch, he forces Yamza to swallow a pill, transforming him into a Charybdis. Knowing the creature's destructive nature, everyone evacuates, but Benimaru steps in, easily trapping and burning the Charybdis alive. Noting that Sufia and Gabiru are having issues with several of Clayman's forces, Benimaru swiftly.
Back with Phobio and Geld, we see the 2 unsuccessful at defeating Clayman's clowns, having let them get away. Whilst waiting for Walpurgis to begin, Veldora and Ramirez fill Rimuru in on the other demon lords attending, revealed to be a vampire Valentine, a giant Degruel, a powerful demon in Guy Crimson, revealed to be the redhead talking with Leon. The 2 add that there is a final sleepy head, Dino. Right on time, a door appears in front of Rimuru and Ramirez. With a maid stepping out, she offers to guide Ramirez and Rimuru to the gathering of the demon lords. Accepting, Rimuru and his 2 representatives follow after Ramirez, as the door shuts behind them. Elsewhere, we see Shuna, Sue and the old man make their way to Clayman's castle. Having encountered Adelman, an undead under Clayman's control, we see Adelman force his undead army upon the intruders. As the only person able to rival Adelman's dark magic, Shuna clashes with Adelman, unleashing various spells and ending the battle swiftly. Having been defeated as Clayman's underling, Adelman offers to serve Rimuru, in hopes of becoming stronger, serving under a more powerful being. Back with Rimuru, we see him take his seat around the table as several other demon lords make their entrance. Each with powerful auras, Rimuru notices two things. First, Valentine's maid may be the real demon lord, attempting to trick everyone with a fake. Next, one of Frey's attendants feel awfully similar to Carrion. Greeting Leon, Rimuru holds back his anger, unable to cause a scene in front of other demon lords, but upon Clayman's arrival, Rimuru begins to boil over, seeing him treat Milam so rudely. With everyone arriving, the maids introduce each demon lord properly, but upon finishing, Clayman immediately speaks up. Accusing Rimuru of his evil doings, he smugly awaits Rimuru's reply.
But Rimuru is prepared, easily able to disprove and offer counterpoints to each of Clayman's claims, even showing video proof to back up his claims. Flabbergasted, Clayman attempts to brush off Rimuru's points as fabricated lies, but Rimuru becomes enraged, dismantling the table in front of them, asking to duel Clayman. With Clayman looking to see if the other demon lords are on his side, he's pissed to see that all the demon lords are okay with him and Rimuru settling who's right with a duel. Agreeing to the duel, Clayman commands Milam to help fight for him, which everyone notes as suspicious. With Rimuru sending Shion to clobber Clayman, Clayman responds by sending his 9-head beast to duel Ranga. With Rimuru left with Milam, Rimuru is thrown off, noting that Clayman has his other +1, a wizard doll. Before Rimuru is able to ask for Beretta's help, Guy Crimson sets up a barrier around Rimuru and Clayman, whilst giving them space to fight. With no other option, Rimuru clashes with Milam, whilst Ranga stands toe-to-toe with 9-heads beast, but Shion is having trouble with both Clayman and his summon. Seeing Rimuru's disadvantage, Ramirez and Beretta are able to convince Guy Crimson to allow Beretta to make the duel even, which Guy Crimson eventually allows. With Beretta assisting Shion, Rimuru is able to focus on Milam, attempting to break Milam's cursed necklace, but is surprised when Great Sage's analysis on the necklace reveals a non-existent curse. Unable to fathom what Great Sage is saying, Rimuru doesn't notice Milam right behind him, unable to block the strike. But just then, Veldora appears, accidentally tanking the blow for Rimuru. Analyzing the curse, Rimuru is able to free and tame the 9 heads, which makes Ranga jealous. Turning to Beretta, Rimuru is happy to see that she has defeated Clayman's puppet, having time to dismantle its corpse. Spectating Shion, we see her easily dismantle Clayman's puppets, with her Soul Eater sword, preventing him from continuing to manipulate the lifeless puppets. As Clayman attempts to take over Shion's mind, she easily overpowers his control. With no other option, Clayman unleashes his true form, but is easily defeated by Shion. Turning to Frey for assistance, Frey denies his help, and when Clayman forces Milam to help him, Milam refuses, revealed to not be under Clayman's mind control, only faking it to let Clayman drop his guard. Additionally, it's revealed that Carrion is still alive, having worked together with Frey and Milam. Completely cornered, Shion beats Clayman into a bloody mess. With Guy Crimson dropping the barrier, Rimuru chats with Milam and Carrion, filling the two in on the safety of Carrion's beast people. As Clayman's life flashes before his eyes, he's gifted immense strength, acquiring the souls needed, and hence awakening as a true demon lord. With Rimuru copying Guy Crimson's barrier technique, Rimuru offers to face the awakened Clayman. Easily overpowering Clayman, Rimuru devours Clayman's body and soul, ensuring an end to him. With everyone satisfied, Milam accidentally lets everyone know of Valentine's disguise, who was the maid all along. Additionally, the name Kazalim is tossed around, as it was the last words Clayman screamed, as he was being devoured. With the demon lords continuing their meeting, Frey and Carrion decide to resign as demon lords, as they admit their powerlessness, compared